And in few days from now, we are asking, what did I spend my money on? Salary earners, you get money and you don't and can't account for it. And people who get money here and there, you don't really know what you are spending your money on. And you are wondering, what did I even buy? Have you even ever printed out your bank statement and you realize you spend so much and you can't say, oh, I spent on something meaningful for yourself? Because the truth is, most spendings we do as humans, if not well trained, you do it emotionally. You don't actually spend logically. So in this video today, we are going to explain to you what you should know about money psychology and everything you need to know about it.
Absolutely. So this is one interesting conversation actually today we're going to have. And it's a critical part as well of our human existence, and that is money. Money.
Sure.
Money, you know? So naturally as humans, we are wired to consume. Okay. That's the natural way we are wired. And of course, it's from training, from early training, from the people around you, from the things you learned growing up. By default, the language was, I remember growing up, the language is usually go to school and pass your grades so that you can get a good job and live a good life. I mean, living a good life just simply means paying all your bills, ensuring you have a car, a house, etc. So you see that from the onset, we are wired to consume, to spend, right? And of course, you know, it's not our, I mean, a wise man said that your background is not your fault, but now that you know, I mean, anytime you wake up is your morning, right? And so usually once money enters our hands, our brain immediately starts assigning the money to comfort, to status, you know, bills, pressure, cravings, etc. Right? Nobody actually taught us consciously, you know, to treat money the right way. And that is the you know, the whole idea of this video. The goal, the programming growing up was work hard so that you can buy things, make money so that you can spend on things you want, enjoy your life, etc. You know how these days they say soft life. We hide behind the guise of, oh, you only live once, etc. You know, so most people grow up believing that money comes in, money must go out. Stuff like that.
And that's why also it brings us to another scenario. People work tirelessly for 5 years, for 10 years, and they still have nothing working for them. You also notice that this thing keeps on happening. Check your parents, especially if you've not been tutored, like he rightly said, on how money should be treated. Money is something that if you understand how it works, you will treat it the right way. So money is not only for spending, it is also a seed. And what happens to a seed? You have to make money work for you in such a way that when you make it, you will be, of course, spend some. We're not saying you should
pay your bills,
you should not take care of yourself, right? But consciously find the particular percentage that you can use as a seed, especially earned income. So every naira that you earn today has 2 jobs for you. First, to solve today's problem. That's what I call maybe your daily expenses, taking care of yourself and your bills. That's the first. And the second one is that money also should build your tomorrow's freedom. That is also that point where you sow some seed. That money should be able to start working for you, not you now necessarily doing the work to make more money. The money should be conditioned in such a way that it now makes more money for you. So, and if all your money solves all your today's problem, you keep on restarting your life every single day. So you keep on every single day, you go out, you come back every month like that, every year, nothing to show for it. And that's why most people who earn 300K they're still broke people. They check their account balance and they're wondering, what did my money go to? So the difference is not in the income. It's for you to apportion money wisely. Don't worry, we are going to make every effort to make sure that we explain these things to you so that you make better and informed decisions.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things in life is principles. Principles are the way life functions.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter your tribe, your ethnic, your nationality, your religious affiliation. Principles are the same, right?
True.
That's why you still get rich Muslims, broke Christians,
Mhm.
rich Christians, broke
Broke
Muslims,
Muslims.
traditionalists and atheists that are making a lot of money. Why? Because principles does not respect your tribe, doesn't respect,
Your
it is what
religion.
it is.
Yeah.
And so we apply principles in most other areas of our life, but except for money. For money, we usually just hope and pray, and one of the things that we need to understand is the law of finances. What is the real goal of money, right? A few of us really, really wish we learn these things on time, and of course, I mean, whenever you wake up is your money, right?
Yeah.
And so the purpose of earned money. Now, we're going to be talking about earned money and on like money that did not come from your direct effort. But for the sake of today's conversation, maybe in another conversation,
Okay.
we'll talk about income producing assets. Etc. So, but for today, let's just talk about earned money. The purpose of earned money is not just for survival.
Yeah.
Right? Because the truth is, earned money goes beyond just the money in your account. It's literally your blood and sweat.
True.
Right? Because I mean, your life is calibrated in time. So
Time.
whether you like it or not, for every time you spend in order to earn money, is your life that you're spending literally.
Exactly.
Right? And you don't want to do this the rest of your life without a plan, right? I mean, I'm not saying that you should not have earned income. You should, but while you're having earned income, you're also planning out something called freedom income, right?
Exactly.
So you want to get to a point of your life where your basic need doesn't necessarily rely on your earned income, your direct effort. You could get to a point in your life where your daily needs can be sorted, right, without your direct effort. There has to be a vehicle, a machine, or something that can sort that out. And these things are not rocket science.
True.
They are just understanding and planning, right? So what does financial independence mean? When you hear things like financial independence, what does it really, really mean? This thing I just explained now. That's the tool.
Simple.
Get to the point of your life where your basic need does not necessarily. Now, think about it. Someone said, one of my friends said that he wants vacation 2 times a year, 6 months each. I'm like, oh God, you're very lazy.
Yeah.
2 times a year vacation, 6 months each. Now think about it. Now that guy is not saying that thing from he kind of understands what he's saying. There was news recently, not too long ago, where Hotel Dollar was saying that sometimes he goes on vacation for 3 months, maybe 6 months. I can't remember the exact one he said, and the internet went on rubbles. Like they just were dragging the guy, right? And I mean, it goes to show that some of these people, of course, that are wealthy, as it were, understand a few of these things. And it's simple. It's just understanding that there is an amount that can take care of you with or without your direct effort. And then working on time, especially through your end income, to start planning for that point. Yeah. And that's simply it.
True.
People that stay broke the rest of their lives, they work just for money. But people that become wealthy eventually, they build systems where money begins to work for them and generate income to sort their basic needs. Whoa. I hope this makes sense.
Yes, it is. So if it's still not very clear for you in any manner, don't worry. We are here and you can always ask us questions in the comment section. All right. So here's a practical way of structure, because we can't just talk about this without giving you practical
what to do
and how to start.
Yes.
Like I said, unlike you said, some of us didn't know these things on time. So you literally make money and it will be going like this. You make and it's going. And for some that have a little bit of conscience, at the end of the year, sometimes you now realize, what did I use this money to do? So sometimes you feel bad, you are sober, but the next year you start all over again. Yeah. All right. So you have to literally divide your money intentionally. So let's give, and this may not work for everybody, right? But you have to intentionally divide. For example, we are saying an example, 50% you can divide for your living expenses, your bills, because we don't want a situation where you make money and you are suffering literally. No. So there is a percentage. Take care of yourself, right? That's 50. You can apportion 50% to it. The next percentage you can save for lifestyle, enjoyment, balling. There's a percentage to it. It's not that whenever you make money, what comes to your mind? There's this shoe. No. It's not impulse spending. Something you literally plan towards. Sometimes people look at people like that and be like, they're stingy. But in real sense, they are planning themselves. You can't be getting money and be blowing it out. And the next percentage, which can be 20%, you can apportion to investment and wealth creation. And this wealth creation can come in different forms. Like he said, we'll talk about this maybe in details in another video. Wealth creation, investments can come in different forms. In fact, it can come to the point of you owning books, start buying books to get yourself informed on how wealth creation works, right? It can come in the point of, I don't have $1 million. What can I invest my 50K in? What can I put my 100K in? Do you understand that? It comes in details like that. So you don't have to wait till you hit 1 million naira for you to start. It's a principle that you have to start early, so that when you get 500K, you do the same thing you would have done if you get 5 million. True. That is how these things work.
True.
Yeah.
So the goal, like Shirley said, is not necessarily the amount. It could be 20K, it could be 10K monthly that you set aside for for your investment or for your future wealth creation, right?
Yeah.
But the point is to build the habit. That's basically what she is saying. I mean, scaling can come later, but let us build the habit. And now, Jeff, all these people are saying, for us that any place small money, what should we do? Now, let's just give you some practical steps, to take, right? So that you can, because if you don't do this when you earn little, you won't do it when you earn a lot, right? It becomes, it's habit. The point is to start building the habit as early as possible. So the first thing to do when you want to start building, consciously building wealth or building your income, is to invest first, not last. And I will explain. Now, when you say invest, a lot of people think that, okay, you need to have 100 million.
Exactly.
You can start by saving towards the goal of investing. Right? And these days, I mean, you don't even have an excuse these days, because with some apps, you can actually invest in stocks. Some basic apps, you can invest and sell it off later. But the point is just having the understanding that, okay, I want to do this, building the habit to do it, and then investing first, not last. It's not when you finish blowing the money, you now remember investment later. No, when the money comes, you take out that percentage. She made reference to a tentative one, say 50% lifestyle, living expenses, 30% lifestyle and flex and enjoyment, and then 20% investment. So that 20%, okay, let's make it very practical. 20% of 10K is what? 2,000 naira. That is what we're saying. Not 20 million or just that 2K first. Keep it aside and invest first, not last. That's the point of this, because once you remove your investment money, keep it in a savings or put it somewhere, then you can now use the rest for other things. That is the first step to start implementing a few of these things.
Great. The second point is to automate it. The first thing, like he said, is to invest first, not last. The second point is automate that investment. And I like what you said about when money comes in, you don't have to necessarily start looking for what you are going to use it for. Some people save towards the purpose of investing. So you don't necessarily have to say, oh, my money is small. You can save towards the purpose of you investing in something. And I've seen some people who bought properties quite massive. The money didn't just fall in their hands, right? They saved towards, maybe they saw something they know that I need to own it, and they started saving towards it. And eventually they got it. So if need be, use separate accounts for these purposes, because sometimes if you have money in your app, there's that thing that always makes you to spend. I have money. You literally be transferring and wiring money. Okay, if you need be for you to stay disciplined to achieve this, have separate accounts for it. One account for bills, daily spendings, the other one for investment. Very clear, practical steps. That's what we're giving you here, so that you can work with it tangibly, right? If investment money stays in your spending account, that's when you literally keep spending, blowing it out. All right. So that's the second point here.
So beautiful. The third basically is to start with, like I said, don't just save endlessly. Save towards the purpose of investment. So you can start with some few assets. You can, of course, I would say land first, right? But I mean, you mustn't start from there. You can start with stocks, you can start with even skills. You can actually invest in an income producing asset, like your brain. You can have a couple of people behind us, they have video editing skills. So that's something to invest in. You pull your money together, get a good phone, started from there. That is investment. You can start investing in businesses, little businesses, and look for low-hanging fruits, because investing in a business, businesses are actually investment too. And these days, you don't necessarily have to have a brick and mortar office, like open office. You can literally have businesses, in fact, do you know that one of the easiest businesses I see young people or people that want to make extra money do now is this. There's an office now that is called Reels Manager or something. You see governors' wives, who is making all those videos that they're running up and down. Someone like my guy, Tony Elumelu, that guy flies private. He's just a real guy, just a office. I know someone that the governor of Abia State wife recently employed, and her job is basically to just fly around. You see, that is something, right?
Yeah.
So that is something you can. Then stocks. I mean, these days you can with apps, some apps, and I'm not by the way promoting any app currently, but there are some apps you can just download in your phone. I'm not mentioning anyone, but go and research, invest in stocks, both Nigerian stocks, US stocks. Those things you can invest as low as 5K, 10K actually, and over time these things are yours. Then of course digital assets as well. Just something like an ebook, something like a mini course. You have passed through something, you have gone from point A to point B, and you have earned something from it. You can simply just put that together in a mini course or a mini program or even an ebook with ChatGPT these days, and boom, you have something, 5K, 10K, 20K, that comes in from there. That is investment as well, right? So when we say start with real investment, we're not saying, go and buy Coast Charlie motors and start importing cars. No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying start something somewhere. And the goal of savings, in my opinion, is not necessarily for rainy days as we're taught. The goal of savings, in my opinion, is to invest. So, but don't save endlessly. While you save, also save towards something.
Oh, great. So the fourth point is absolutely very dear to my heart, which is delay status pressure, what we call delay self-gratification. You know how people want to do things to impress people that actually do not care about you. Many people are financially drowning because of this. So you want to wear a clothes, use a shoe, wear a hair, do something that you know that, oh, really, in real time, you don't really need this, but you want to feel like you belong to something that is moving. But if you are looking at it, nobody actually is noticing you. All right. So if you are living in that kind of world, in that kind of scenario where you want to do things to impress people who do not care about you, this is the point for you. So you have to learn how to delay self-gratification, or what we know as peer pressure. If you're that kind of person, actually, it's not everybody, but if you always feel pressured when people do things you want to do to meet up, then you have to also retrace and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I buying this? Why am I getting this? It will help you gain clarity, right? You have to go, like I always will say, is the goal is for you to be rich, not to look rich. You know how people, they look rich, but shishi. Nothing there. All right, that's not the goal. The goal is that even when you wear your polos and shirts, that you are good. Do you understand? That's the goal. Yeah.
So recently, this just reminded me, I escaped. So I like cars, right? There are a few things I like. I have some vanity, and I think everybody should have vanity. Actually, just have your vanity. Just know when to draw the line.
Exactly.
Recently, I saw a car. And this car, particularly, a friend of mine, sells cars, and he showed it, and he was like, Jeff, see this car. And I started thinking, okay, I have this other car, I can flip it and get this one, but I have to add money to get the other one. And I thought of it. if I get 1 hectare of land now with this money, you know, it will pay me more later than buying this car. And as hard as it was, I had to let go of that.
And the car was still serving you, not like it had
It's
issues.
not like the car is having issues.
Exactly.
It's just so this is just a practical example.
Exactly.
And yeah, understanding this too will help you a long way, right? It's not everything that you crave for, you just go for. You know, sometimes, like she said, delay gratification and think of the future. And then number 5, which is the final point I would like you to understand today, is that the highest form of income is not necessarily salary or the amount you earn, like you literally spent your energy and time to earn. It is the income generated without your constant physical presence.
Joy.
That's the highest form of income. And this is why investment matters, because the truth is that eventually your body will get tired. Your energy will reduce, your time will become limited. I see a lot of people wait till that time. And you know how growing up back in the time, I mean, I don't know about Gen Z's now, but in our time, millennials, like, they used to tell us then, we used to hear those things that, oh, go to school so you come back and take care of your parents. Gen Z's these days will leave you, come on. You know, so don't be hoping on your children, right? Your time, your body will get tired, your energy will reduce, time will, become limited. And the earlier we start understanding a few of these things, I'm keeping money aside in order to build our, investment portfolio, the better for us. And the only way to do it is to do this daily, even if it's little crumbs, right?
Yeah.
You're one disruption away from financial pressure, because if you look at it, some of us are sitting on ticking time bomb. If one little big mistake happen that you need money for, that is all. You're wiped away like village. So the earlier we start thinking around this is one of the hardest conversations to have.
I'm telling you.
But it is best we do. We can't keep shying away from conversations like this, because it is a core part of our existence.
Wow. Okay, as we round off today's live session, and like I said earlier on, if you have any question, you need more clarifications, please let us know in the comment section. And if you're also joining us now, we talked about money psychology and how best to spend your money. And we listed 5 basic things, which I'm going to run through as we round up this video. The first thing is to invest first and not last.
Yes.
The second thing is that money, automate it, apportion it into different percentages. And the next one is start with real assets. And the next one is delay status pressure or gratification. And the 5th one is understand the final rule, which he just talked about. With this idea and what we just shared about, money is psychological before it's mathematical. What it means is that you don't have to start calculating it in paper. You have to get it clear in your head first, right? It's easier for you to do the mathematics like that. And if you don't control your spendings, you constantly spend emotionally instead of logically. More income will only create bigger expenses.
Yes,
and the real flex is not you spending money, but the real flex is about you owning money that will constantly start working for you in the future. All right. And if you found value in this video and you like what you heard and you know you're going to start making or taking actions immediately, do well to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for this kind of content. See, we come your way again.
Enjoy a fantastic day
and take care.
Bye for now.